Hello everyone, welcome to Advancing Northeast. This is Joshri Padgiri, your host for the day. Food is one such area, I think, which is a very common factor, like amongst everybody, and especially people of Northeast India, right? So, yes, food and the industry that it incorporates, the culinary arts industry, the hospitality industry, how amazing it is, right? So when we eat a food item, when we go to a cafe, when we visit a cafe and we taste this delicious, new recipes, and how often do we think that, oh my God, who's the creator of this wonderful dish? Who brought this plate, brought this food up to this plate, and how blessed we are to have this. So yes, amazing. That is the world that is so fascinating and so interesting, because that is such an art form, I think, that is a sustaining art form, that is a means of sustenance, and then again that has been sustaining people, because food is, how and why we are alive basically. This is a topic which our youngsters and our new generation would love to be, talked about as much as we can, especially in context of Northeast India, because we are blessed with so amazing, food choices, so amazing traditional cuisines and spices and everything. So yes, and you all know that Advancing Northeast as an initiative caters to this very aim, that we want to bring, touch each and every aspect that you youngsters of Northeast India would be interested in, and would make it, implicate it into a, career option or career choice, or do anything meaningful or effective out of it. So that is our primary vision, and thanks for all the love and support that you have been giving us, that we have been able to go and come this farther. So without wasting much time, I would like to introduce you people to the guest of honor we have today, and she is Miss Farha Naaz Laskar. So does the name ring any bells already? Yes, I'm pretty sure that you guys have heard the name recently, because she was in the news. She made it to the top 22 contestants of MasterChef India. That's a pretty big achievement, I'm telling you people. Not only the auditions, cracking the auditions, but then going to that very stage and taking your food items, that is a moment of sheer pride. And I am feeling it, and I'm sure you all are also feeling it as well. Also, she is an entrepreneur. She is the founder of Mamazaki, a cloud kitchen based in Assam that has been creating waves with its culinary, new age culinary fashion, we would say, blending cuisines and all the local ingredients and cultures also. So she is not just a chef, we would say she is a culinary artist. She is an entrepreneur, and I just can't wait to delve into the exciting and amazing, and I'm sure very learned experience she had throughout, from her journey into the cooking world and then into MasterChef India. So yes, let's all welcome Miss Farha Naaz Laskar to the show and just dive in. Welcome to Advancing Northeast, Farha, and it's lovely to have you here. Also, you look very pretty. So yes, again, thanks for being here. So we would like to start with a little about yourself. Nijor bikhol okwa. Introduce yourself in your own words to our audience, please.
I am Farha Naaz, and I love cooking. I love cooking for myself, for the people around me, and for my cat, of course. Yeah. And also I am a BTech graduate in agriculture engineering, and now I run a kitchen of my own, which is known as Mamazaki.
Yes, wonderful introduction for your cat. That is the highlight, I think, part, because obviously, so everybody loves cats. So you already said that you did your engineering, right?
Yeah, I did my engineering in agriculture.
In agriculture.
Agriculture, yes.
So agriculture engineering, and then you came to this cooking journey, this culinary journey. So how did that shift happen, and what mainly sparked your interest in cooking?
When I started doing agriculture engineering, like back in 2014, I was always I had food processing as a subject, and I was always surrounded by food or things related to food.
Yes.
And then I grew up watching my mother and my grandmother cook traditional food or traditional cooking techniques, but I never cooked at home. I never.
Okay. Oh,
In 2013, when I was staying in hostel, that was the first time like I was bored of eating hostel food. And then I called up my mother one day and then I asked her ki like please আপনার রাজমা ডালের রেসিপি টু শেয়ার করব মোর লগত কারণ বোর হয়ে গেছো হস্টেলের খানা খাই খাই and then she instructed me over a call. And that was the first time I cooked something of my own that to my mother instructed. And being a first timer, I think that was pretty good, yeah. And like my friend like who was staying with me, she also loved the food. And then I think that was the first time I cooked something like by myself. And that too like being away from home. The cooking journey or my culinary journey did not just start in a day. It was like accumulation of lots of stories or like all those days when I experimented in my kitchen. The major the major transformation happened in my life was during the lockdown phase. When I spent hours watching the Ghibli movies. I don't know if you guys know Ghibli studio, like the great Japanese animation studio by Hayao Miyazaki. So during lockdown phase, like all other people who were like indulging in painting or like
doing all sorts
of like things like they should be doing. So I like started experimenting cooking around that time. And then I used to like during lockdown we were like given like limited resources or like things were not available easily. So I tried making food with the things that were easily available in my vicinity, mostly northeastern food products. So I started experimenting around that time, and then like things started like one thing happened and
led
then
to the other.
And so that's how like I think I started the whole cooking journey, like
That's a very interesting story, I think, because generally these people who loves cooking, they have the stories that horupra randhi bhal pai, but then hostel scenario was kind of an obligation that you have to cook. And then you give your mother that call. And there was like a wake up call or something. I feel like this.
It just sparked. Yes. I mean, like, okay, I love doing cooking. I love doing
and it's good, right?
Yeah, I love spending time in kitchen. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then like when like when the fusion of ingredients or like fusion of different produce comes together and like it becomes something else, because when you taste raw food and then you turn it into something else and then oh my god. Cooking can
so
be
beautiful.
It's a science, it's beauty. Like it can transform things into something else.
Right. So like you said that your engineering time also, you were always surrounded by food in some way or the other. So that is also connected to your So I think everything is connected to food, right? We can say, because food is a very integral part of all our lives, right? So after that, you said the lockdown journey, was a major boost in your
the lockdown.
The lockdown period. So do you remember any such kind of recipe that you prepared, like one particular? I'm sure that you have a lot of dishes like this, but the beginning, that initial one recipe that you still have in mind, okay, then I thought I can do something about this.
So it was summer, like during the COVID lockdown, it was summer, and like I love mangoes. Like most of us love mangoes, and then like every day like I used to eat mangoes, and then
we all wait for the mango season actually.
We wait for the mango season, and I tried like making recipes with mangoes. So one day like I was there was joha saul and I wanted joha saul eta kiba mane mangoer logot mane moi jodi joha saul di kiba banai khai sabo paro, because I love joha saul, the aromatic joha saul, and then mangoes, the sweetness, the juicy mangoes. So I created this recipe, mango joha pudding. So it's a joha pudding, but it also has mango and then gur. I mean, gur or at a syrup, mango or gur or a syrup. Like it just drizzle.
It was a dessert.
It's a dessert.
Okay.
So I drizzle the gur syrup on top of the pudding along with some fresh mango slices, and then আমি যে সেওই খাও, তো সেওই তো মই ঘিত crispy fry করে দিছো. So like our mouth, like whenever we eat food, like we want like something mushy, something crunchy, something
Yes.
crispy, so many textures. Our tongue, like, you know, it wants textures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for textures, like, I try to give that crispy, savory,
Crispy,
sweet
savory
flavors,
also,
and
okay.
then the mushy pudding, and then the
So
freshness
that the
of the
balance, mane,
mangoes. So it was a perfect
Wow.
balance, man. For me, it's a heaven food, man. And
Wow,
Joha
sounds-
pudding
Yeah.
is like everyone's favorite now. I mean, like, people, like, I think, like, we have a like huge community of people who love Joha pudding.
Joha
People
pudding, yeah.
may not know me, but they know Mama Zaki and they know Joha pudding.
Joha pudding.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I am sure everybody watching, if you haven't tried it, please, get it done from Mama Zaki, because it's মানে কৈ পিনে যোনটো টেষ্ট বাডছৰ হেৰি ফিল কৰিছোঁ মই, এণ্ড অবভিয়াছলি অল দি এছমিছ পিপল মানে জহা চাউল বুলি কোৱাৰ লগে লগে যোনটো মানে টেষ্ট আহি যায়, এণ্ড হোৱাট ইউ ডিড উইথ দেট, ইটছ আ ক্ৰাফ্ট আই থিংক, বিকজ সেইটো আইডিয়াও আই ডোণ্ট থিংক দেট এভৰিবডি কেন হেভ কে এনেকুৱা এটা ফিউজন কৰিব পাৰি নেকি, মেংগো দেন জহা চাউল দেন অলছ' দ্য চেভাৰ ইউ ছেড. So you already had it since somewhere or the other. You just did not know, I feel. So later you maybe realized. Yeah, that's a wonderful recipe. So after that, then how did this, MasterChef thing happen? Because that's a huge, I think, turning point in your career, right?
Yeah, of course. So
Tell us
I mean,
about
like,
that journey.
I was not ready for MasterChef, but then I mean, like, of course, every person who is into culinary field, or who is a home cook, or who wants to do something of their own, like in the cooking field, in the culinary field, all of us like might have watched MasterChef.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like at least once in their lifetime, might have watched MasterChef. So I also grew up watching MasterChef. Like, I keep watching ki, like, how keneke khana to banai ase, how they are presenting the food. It's not just about like cooking food, it's also about the presentation. The food should look appealing as well, appealing not just for your tummy but for your eyes as well. So like last August, I got a call from the MasterChef team.
Okay.
For like they have gone through my Instagram profile, and like they thought that like I might be fit for MasterChef audition in the regional level. For like, I was not sure like if I should, like, I was actually surprised and shocked as well. Okay, but then everyone, like my family, my friends, are like, okay, go for it. So yeah, like what we have seen or what you have seen on the television is just the success story of all those audition rounds that we have been to. So yeah,
so many rounds happened.
So many rounds
that,
happened.
right?
Like at first, like in Guwahati, like we have given 2 rounds of audition.
Okay.
And then like you get selected in Guwahati round, then you are like you are going for the East Zone audition that happens in Kolkata.
Okay.
So, and again another 2 rounds of audition in Kolkata. And then after Guwahati audition.
Okay.
Then if you are selected in the Kolkata audition, then you go for the Bombay audition, which is the final audition round.
Right.
So yeah, after Kolkata, like I went
that was
for
quite a hassle, right?
it definitely was.
Yeah. So how? Tell us about that journey, because like you said, everybody knows of their success. So you give us a little picture of your Guwahati auditions and then Kolkata auditions, or what dishes you made.
Yeah, so Guwahati audition, it was peak summer. I think it happened on 29 or 30 of August.
Okay.
30th of August. So I was like, I was not sure what do I like prepare for the judges here for the tasting round, because we are asked to prepare food from home and then take it to the audition center, audition center. Then I thought of like maybe it's summer and then I should prepare some cold dish. So there's a Peruvian dish.
Okay.
It's known as ceviche. Ceviche is like it does not involve heat as a cooking method. মানে আমি জুই জ্বলাই মানে কুকিং নকৰোঁ, তাতে we use acid as a cooking source. So what I did, I made a prawn ceviche. So prawn to আমার ব্রহ্মপুত্রের মানে river prawn to আমি লৈছোঁ. river prawn to মানে acid, গোল নেমু, কাজি নেমু আৰু vinegar লৈ পেলাই মই এইটো কিউৰ কৰিছোঁ. I cured it for 3 to 4 hours, and then তাতে মই like tender coconut water use কৰিছোঁ. I use tender coconut water, cucumber, and then orange. So it's a like very refreshing dish. Yeah, so I
already
thought
cold, yeah.
cold, like it's a cold day because like it was like peak summer or মই ভাবিলো মানে মই এতিয়া গৰমত কি বনাই লৈ যা লৈ গলেও মানে ঠাণ্ডা হৈ যাব মাইক্রোওয়েভ কৰিম
গোটেইখিনি ভাবিব লাগিব
yeah so I thought like maybe I'll do this dish and then no one like did this dish মানে in the audition round in Guwahati there were many contestants. I think I was the only one who did this cold dish, Peruvian dish, yeah, ceviche. Yeah, so and then we were also asked for one dessert. So মই একটু বিহু জলপানটো রিইমাজিন কৰি পেলাই মই এটা ডেজার্ট বনাইছিলো আমাৰ বিহু জলপানটো
সেইটো কি ফেক্টৰ
তো তাতে মই দৈটো বেক কৰিছো
আচ্ছা
দৈ বেক কৰি পেলাই এটা মানে কেক টাইপ এটা স্ট্ৰাকচাৰ দিছো বেকড yogurt লগতে পিঠাটো দিছো টেকেলি পিঠা
obviously টেকেলি পিঠা
yeah so টেকেলি পিঠাৰ কেক বনাই দিছো লগতে and then গুড়ৰ এটা সিৰাপ বনাইছো মই গুড়টো মানে একদম ঠিক কৰি পেলাই ক্যাৰামেলাইজ গুড়ৰ সিৰাপ and then মুড়িটো লৈ মই এটা মুড়িৰ এটা হেৰি বনাইছো মুড়িৰ এটা ক্ৰিস্পি ক্যাৰামেলাইজ মুড়িৰ এটা স্ট্ৰাকচাৰ দিছো
so pitha muri and then jolpan everything in one dish
yeah so I tried to bring mane bihu jolpan on a plate
and then there was a dessert
and a reimagined version and then he to present
I'm sure people loved it there
yeah I mean like the judges loved it they loved it and then I was selected for the second round so there were like questionnaires good questions regarding my dish, regarding myself, my hobbies, my cooking journey, everything.
Yes, absolutely. Because when you make something, I feel that you also need to have a lot of knowledge about where it's coming from, right?
Of course, exactly.
And why are you making that dish in the first place and everything.
Yeah, because we all carry a story with ourselves. I mean, like me as a chef is also like when I'm in kitchen is also an extension of myself as a person. Whatever I'm putting on a plate, it's not just about me. It's also about like me as a person or like from where I have got the inspiration from, or all the places that I have been to, all the people I've met, all the food that I've tasted,
all the influences,
all the influences.
So,
yeah, so it's just like a collection of everything
about you. Yes. What extent of learning goes into preparing a dish and everything? Like you said, it's an extension of one's personality, Aru. So, do you feel that if you know when you were doing it in your kitchen and when people were appreciating your food, it was just within those four walls or within that community, but when you went out, you gave those auditions in each and every round with each and every word exchanged, you learned a lot, you got that exposure and to improve yourself. So what kind of people did you meet and what was that feeling like?
MasterChef journey for me is definitely a stepping stone in my life, in my career, and I have learned a lot. I mean, like I have met people from all around the country. There were many people who were there in the audition rounds. I met people from Kashmir, I met people from Mangalore, I've met people from Meghalaya. I mean, like I've met people from every corners of the country, and like everyone has their own story, their own food on their plate. So wherever like they're from, they're like I'm learning from like their regional dish from them. They're learning my regional dish from me.
Yes.
So
that exchange.
It's an exchange of recipes. It's an exchange of culture. It's an exchange of the food journey. Like we share food together. We cook together. Like we learn something together.
So it was wonderful.
That was a wonderful journey for me. Yeah.
And from Assam, how many people were there?
Like initially, I think like for Kolkata audition there were like total 9 or 10 people who selected for Kolkata audition, but for Bombay audition there were like 2 of us, me and Ruhya from Bud.
I think not many people are also called like this, right? Only a few handful are picked and called. It's not like you have to fill up a form and then go for that audition or something. Like
I mean, like they only do the calling.
Yeah, they handpick people.
They handpick people, like
So I think that stage is also an achievement itself, like your Instagram presence or your visibility in your social media profiles and what you have made. So that is also. So how do you think for our youths? There are a lot of things that our youths do these days, but how to market it and any say on it? Like you market it yourself.
Yeah, so I think like in today's generation, like social media presence is really important, and you have to be consistent. So marketing yourself, I'm like, you should do what you love doing, and then you keep doing it consistently, just like religiously you should keep doing.
You just cannot pause and take it after a long break.
I mean, like, we all need a break some or other time, but like, you know, the consistency should be there, what I believe. And then if you love cooking, then cook your way out, cook whatever you want to cook. It could be like, you know, just a noodle bowl, or it could be just mane tumi bora saal banaya aisa. Just like, you know, make it, you know, cook that in front of a camera, and like, you know, put your own style in it, or your own innovation in it. If you are a cook, or if you are in a culinary field, or whatever you are into, just keep doing whatever you're doing, and like put it out on social media. Just see how the world reacts. I'm sure, like, you know, if you believe in yourself, then that's the first, like, you know, that's the first step of like growing in life, or like that's the first stage of your growth. If you believe in yourself, you trust in yourself, then do it. Then the rest of the world is going to believe in you, and like, you know, trust in your work.
Wonderful words, and very inspiring. When I am inspired, so true, that confidence and that zeal to do something, and then to put it out to the world is very important.
Yes, it is.
Right. So again, back to your MasterChef journey, because it's so interesting. We would like to know about now your Mumbai time, Mumbai auditions. How was that, and meeting those people, like those dignitaries there? So what was that feeling?
So like, it was like I was pinching myself, like when I was like, you know, getting selected for further rounds. I was getting called. I was anxious also, like
will I get selected, or
will I get selected or not? Will I get like to that point or not? But like when it happened, no, like it just kept happening. It happened, and then I was also enjoying the ride, and then I was anxious and also excited at the same time, because me being there, like, you know, in MasterChef India, top 22 among thousands of contestants, like all across the country, it was a big achievement for me.
Very big.
For my family as well. I mean, like, it was a big achievement for me. And then I met those judges, Chef Vikas Khanna, Chef Pooja Dhingra, and Chef Ranveer Bragg, and when they appreciated my food, and then when Chef Vikas Khanna said this is the best potato puree he has ever had in his life, it was a moment. I mean, like, I truly like cherished that moment. And then they actually, like, they said on camera in front of me, like, my dish, it was a, like, you know, plate of art.
Right.
The way I presented, and like it was like it was symmetrical as well as asymmetrical.
Yes, everything. I remember that episode. Also, you made that Otenga.
Yes.
What was the full name?
So my Otenga the mask banaisilu, but it is like in common mane refined koi Otenga mask banaisu, Otenga sauce eta disu, and then moi pensiar korisu fish to, and logote moi beetroot caviar disu. And our aloo pitika too, moi potato puree banaisu. But aloo pitika too, moi like I char grilled onions, I char grilled bhoot jolokia. So like the flavor was very intense, and it had that smokiness in that potato puree. And I used sushi rice when I bora saul khao. So like I tried to bring something similar. So I did sushi rice with like crispy sesame seeds on top. Sesame seeds to both solid. So I tried. I mean, like basically, I tried to represent my region.
Your region on a plate, and it was exactly that, right? When you see that recipe and when you speak about it, bude Assam khone mane uthai pine plate khonon rakhi diya nisna. And how do those thoughts come actually? I'm curious about that. Etu bostu moi yada dile etu enike taste hobo. Isn't that a risk also? If it doesn't turn out the way you were expecting.
I mean, so like here's the fun part. More mane like how I experiment things. So I like rarely I miss the bi-weekly Beltola Bazaar.
Okay.
The Beltola Bazaar is like my go-to place. And more miss no koru.
Okay.
Because like the wide range of produce, the wide range of ingredients from different parts of like Northeast, Beltola Bazaar buy. Boro Baido ahe, Meghalaya pra Khasi Baido ahe. There's so many women like bringing their own
fresh veggies
and produce. তো মই বজাৰ যেতিয়া যাওঁ নতুন কিবা মই বস্তু দেখো মই কিবা বনাও দেখিছো মই আই ট্ৰাই টু টেষ্ট দ্য ৰ অকণমান মই যদি টেষ্ট কৰা নাই এইটো বস্তু কেতিয়াও তো মই অকণমান ৰ টেষ্টটো লওঁ মানে লাইক হাউ ইট একচুৱেলি ইজ এণ্ড দেন মানে আই কুক ইন মাই মাইণ্ড ফাৰ্ষ্ট I cook in my mind first. Okay, মই যদি এইটো লগ মিলাও I think it's gonna turn up like pretty good. And then I cook in my kitchen. If the dish is working fine in my mind, then I go ahead in the kitchen and then I cook.
Wow, it's a very good synchronization with your brain and also your taste buds, your tongue.
It is. I mean, like it might sound weird to many, but like I think that's how it works.
Yeah, it's very different thing actually. I have heard. And very interesting also. Okay, I think that's, I would like to say it's like taste intellectuality or something. I don't know, not many have it. But yeah, that's synchronization. Okay, and most of the times, so the results are always, you know, as how you anticipated it.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like there were times like when I did not appreciate the final product, but like most of the times I did. Yes,
You did.
I love the final product.
Okay.
And it also like over the time like when you like if you just prepare one dish one day, one fine day, and then that's not the final dish.
Yeah.
So for me, like when I like I just want to mention about one of my favorite dish from like that's my creation. It's like from Mamazaki. It's the mango prawn noodles. So people who knows Mamazaki, you guys know mango prawn noodles, and if you know mango prawn noodles, you know Mamazaki. I mean, like we have a cult of its own.
I have to try it then. Okay.
Like mango prawn noodles has a cult on its own in Guwahati. Like people are crazy about mango prawn noodles.
Yeah, prawn is absolute favorite of my mango prawn noodles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have infused the Thai flavors in it as well.
Achha.
So initially when I tried it to create this recipe of mango prawn noodles,
that is completely your creation.
Yeah, that
right?
is completely my creation.
Okay.
I can proudly say that.
Yeah, obviously. We are all proud.
So for the first time, like when I tried mango prawn noodles, I loved it. And like my friends who were there with me, like the people around me, they also loved it. But then I created this dish, recreated it again and again, and then it got better. Like when I got the best version of mango prawn noodles, I put it out on the menu.
Okay.
So I mean, like
you were like sticking on it. You were trying to improve it. At what's missing, key one,
ki eta bostu dile mane etu aru okoman bhal hobo pare.
So now you think that it's a perfect blend.
I think yes, mango prawn noodles are perfect. Like we did not do anything else with mango prawn. Like mango prawn itself is a a dish that I cherish.
I'm definitely gonna try and taste it as soon as possible, and everybody should.
And some people they some chefs as well. Like they approach me and ask me like, how do you infuse mangoes into noodles and prawn mango? Like do you put raw mangoes?
I've never heard of fruit and noodle combination.
Like raw mangoes or ripened mangoes, I'm like, okay, that's where you need to find it out when you taste it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you the whole
Go find it yourself.
Go find it yourself, yeah.
Exactly. So wonderful. So, like you already spoke about Mamazaki, you mentioned Mamazaki. So let's come to Mamazaki now. Tell us about how that idea sprung. And because you are an entrepreneur, Mamazaki is a venture of your own. You turned your passion into profession, and then you also made it into a business. So many feats that you have already achieved. So tell us about it.
So like I said, I mean I have done lot of cooking during lockdown phase, and Mamazaki actually grew up during lockdown phase.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started experimental cooking during lockdown phase, and then people around me, they were whatever I cook, they were appreciating the food I cook. And then one fine day I decided, everyone was asking me, let's do something for the world should also know what you are cooking. Okay, let's go for it. So I did one pop-up at Encam Adventures Hilltop. It was a very rustic location, it is a beautiful location, but I did one pop-up there, and there were some 150 people.
Okay, pop-up as in stall.
It's a pop-up kitchen. It's we did a pop-up kitchen in the hilltop. It's more like a stall, temporary stall. And there I think I prepared 4 to 5 dishes, and some 150 people. And the response was pretty amazing. I did not believe it for that. We were sold out in 2 hours.
Okay.
We were completely sold out in 2 hours, and I could not believe it. There were like so many strangers.
That was the first time.
It was my first time, and so many people whom I don't know. And I met them for the first time, and they are appreciating my food, and they are like, some people like they've tasted once and they're coming back again to take back, like this, I love this, like, can we have more, can we have, and like we sold out in 2 hours, and that was like, I think that moment, like it was a turning point in my life, and I decided, okay, maybe I should
turn this into something.
Yeah.
And that's how
Mamazaki grew up, and people keep asking me like, what's the inspiration, like how did you find out the name, the Mamazaki and all that. So yeah, I mean, like, of course I wanted to name something of my venture, of my baby.
Absolutely.
And then I realized, okay, like how did I get the inspiration of cooking from? First of all, mothers. We all are inspired by our mothers, grandmothers.
Right.
So mama comes from the mother part.
Okay.
And then the Zaki part, like I said, I watched Ghibli movies a lot, and in Ghibli movies, like director Hayao Miyazaki. So Miyazaki, like he always
living
narrates. He's a living legend, of course, and then he narrates cooking, food, the sheer joy of sharing food together on screen. It was beautiful, and I got inspiration from him, definitely. And so maybe I can take the last bit of his name, Zaki, and then combine these two things into Mamazaki, and that's how Mamazaki.
And it sounds lovely.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And yeah, that legend, those Ghibli, movies, those scenes are so soothing, right?
Yeah.
When you see those cooking parts, you can feel the aroma.
And then you salivate. Start like, okay, I need to start cooking now.
Right.
I need to prepare something.
Very therapeutic. So if that could inspire you, I think people should also start watching more Ghibli movies.
Of course, yeah.
Of course. So then you started Mamazaki. So it's a cloud kitchen. So also, if we want to, we want to know a little about the finance part and the idea, because see, thinking and executing is a very different thing. It's not very easy to start a business like that. So what was that process? What kind of guidance did you?
So initially my family was not supportive of me because of course I belong to a middle class Indian family, and for them
and also that's a risk, right?
That's a risk because for them being a BTech graduate, that too in agriculture engineering, where you can easily get a government job because most of my batchmates are working in public sector.
Absolutely. And you never thought of that, right?
I never thought of that, and my family was like they were disappointed. I'm like, why would you spend hours in kitchen and cook food? Being an engineer, you shouldn't pursue this career. And then it took me it took me a while to make them believe, to make them understand what I'm doing and why I want to do this. But initially I bootstrapped friends, family. My savings, and then that's how I started with Mamazaki. I started it very small, with a cloud kitchen, started doing
all by yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
small little in your room itself.
In my place itself, in my place itself, I started with the cloud kitchen, and then the pop-up kitchens. Then I think we'll discuss.
That gave you a lot of exposure.
Yeah, I mean, pop-up kitchens, why I wanted to do pop-up kitchens. We'll talk about it later, but.
Sure.
So it initially bootstrapped, and then I applied for the Assam startup cohort 4, and then Mamazaki was selected as a startup in the Assam startup community, and then that helped me reach wider audience as well, and then again there was another IIM CIP, that's IIM Kolkata Incubation Center. So they have introduced one entrepreneurship development program in Northeast that is known as NEDP program. And then I also registered there, and they were selecting some 120 startups from all across the Northeast, and Mamazaki was one of them, and then we got some grant money from the NEDP program as well. So that helped Mamazaki as well in the growth.
So yes, help is everywhere if you are capable of it, and if you know where to go and how to use. I think incubation centers and startups are really growing.
It's growing, and it's quite helpful and beneficial for startups, for startup community, for like for the growth or like for networking.
Networking, yes.
Is very important.
Very important.
And and like Assam Startup and IMCIP is doing a wonderful job like in the startup community of Northeastern Assam.
Northeastern Assam. Very true. So that's how Mamazaki came into being, and it's working pretty good right now,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So how's your ordeal, everyday schedule and everything?
So it's mostly like I like wake up and like I told you like if it's the bi-weekly Beltula Bazaar,
Yeah.
like I never miss that. I go to the I go to the Beltula Bazaar and like I procure the stuff and I procure the vegetables or the like fresh produce from the market by myself, and then like the preparation thing begins, and then we start preparing food and food for people, and then we start taking orders by like 11:30 or 12 p.m. like we open the kitchen around that time, and then we close it by 10 p.m. at night.
By
the
10
cloud
p.m.
kitchen, yeah.
Okay.
And for bulk orders, so it's there like people can like place their order like prior to 1 or 2 days.
2 days, okay.
Yeah. So and then we also do this.
So there also you do single-handedly. You prepare
I mean, like,
all the food items yourself.
Yeah, I mean like right now like I am doing, but like there is helper, but like mostly like it's me, like I am doing the cooking bit, I am doing the preparation bit, yeah.
Okay. Wow, that is, the backstories are always so interesting and inspiring.
Sometimes it gets very difficult.
Yeah,
It's quite difficult. You spend hours in kitchen, and then
that
like
could be very draining, right?
Yeah, it's draining. It definitely is. And then I'm also emotionally attached to Mamazaki. I'm also emotionally attached to cooking. So like I always like I feel like I go overboard in like like presenting food to people, like like I've seen like people just they limit, okay, like you are supposed to do this many food for this many people.
Yeah, they keep it very professional, right?
Yeah.
But you,
I mean like I sometimes like I'm still attached to Mamazaki, right? So I need to learn this bit. I think so, yeah. Like it's high time I need to learn this bit, but like I
over the years,
it will happen. But yeah, I go emotional and then I do extra. I mean I put my extra effort in like providing the best, like out of that, yeah.
I think that is right now the standing point of you, and that is why people love you, and the ones, like you said, who have made your dishes a cult themselves, they love you, your friends love you. So that is how you keep moving forward. You are a very inspiring person, but I
so
must,
glad to know this.
I must say. So like you said that you are very emotional about Mamazaki, and that takes a toll on you quite often, but then you love doing it. So that's also a thing that happens, that goes on, an everyday struggle. So apart from that also, that is a very big challenge, but any other challenges that you keep facing, and are there times when you feel like, God, this is so exhausting, and then again you stand up? So tell us about that.
I mean I'd like to share this experience. I mean like there are times, yeah, it gets very hectic. It gets so difficult for me to like to do this, or like to spend hours in kitchen, because we all know hospitality industry is not an easy job to do. I mean, like you spend hours in kitchen cooking food, preparing food, and that too not for just 1-2 people. Sometimes it's like for hundreds of people. Sometimes it's for like more than that. So yeah, I mean like, but then I have this feeling like I need to accomplish this, because this is my one little dream, which is not a dream anymore. It's my career. It's what I like. Whatever I am, it's like for Mamazaki, and whatever I want to do, and like it's for Mamazaki. So I am that connected to my work and Mamazaki now, and there's no other way for me. So like that's what keeps me going. There's struggle, definitely. There's gonna be struggle as well, but I think it's my cooking. It's my like it's my trust, like it's my belief and like faith in my work. Whatever I do, I mean like you do it, you gotta do it, because that's what it is.
Yeah. Also, you have a pet also. So how do you also tend to her and then keep on cooking? I think that is also like a very motivating thing for you, right?
Yeah, it's
spending time.
Spending time. I mean like I have a cat, like his name is Mushu.
Mushu, yes.
Yeah, and then I mean like he wakes me up in the morning.
Okay.
Because like I feel like a mother. He wakes me up in the morning, and then I have to like give him love. Like whenever like he wakes up, he needs love. He needs
love.
He needs cuddles.
Very demanding.
Yeah, very demanding. So I have to provide that, and then I have to provide food.
Food, okay.
Because
What does Mushu like to?
yeah, he loves fish.
He loves fish.
He loves fish. He loves fish. He loves chicken, and he also loves paratha. But then like I don't give him paratha much. But then yeah, fish and chicken
Fish and chicken are there.
usually like I give him. So he is.
Do you also feel like Mushu loves to particularly eat your food only now that you have him with him all the time?
I mean, like, I don't know about that, but like most of the time he's indoors, so like he loves eating the
So
food.
he doesn't stroll around a lot.
Yeah.
Khorded hake.
Yeah, got it hake, but yeah, like I have a cat as well. So he also like whenever I'm cooking alone in kitchen, he's there.
He's there.
You might have like
that is beautiful.
Yeah, you might have seen in my videos like some cat is meowing from like yeah. Like I make cooking videos and then like Mushu is meow.
That is also very wholesome.
Yeah.
To have somebody like he's there.
He's there watching me. He'll spend time with me. Even like some like there are some nights like when I prepare food at like 12 at midnight, like you know I'm preparing food 12 in the night or like 1 a.m. in the night. No one's there with me, but Mushu is there. He will be there.
Oh my God, that is very. And I have when Mushu is very very adorable and very cute for sure. I think everything about, you have spoken about mamas again, and it was very overwhelming to know, and I think that teaches cooking also in general teaches people a lot, right? Like patience থাকিবই লাগিব যদি নহৰু চেলুৱা patience তো সবৰ নালাগে মোৰে নালাগে basic খিনি কৰিবলে that patience you need সেই ধৈৰ্যটো it's not all rose colored that people say my god this recipe this dish no it's not that right
it's not that and like one thing I learned from MasterChef and like not everyone can be a great chef.
Yes.
Not everyone can be a great cook. I mean like we can cook food, we can like you know we can cook food every other day, but we cannot be great chef. Not everyone. It requires a lot to be a great chef.
If I ask you that, what are the particular skills you feel in terms of skills that a person needs to be a great chef?
I think it's about respecting and accepting the ingredients that you have in your vicinity. What I feel, like people might have different opinion, but I feel like it's about respecting and accepting and utilizing the whatever you have in your pantry, in your vicinity, and like making the most out of that.
Okay.
It's a very good starting point in my culinary journey. I feel like if you can excel that, then you can go out and explore different cuisines, you can explore different ingredients. First you need to learn what extra you can do with whatever you have in your surrounding.
Achha.
Patience is definitely very important. Plating is very important. Because like I said, the food should be appealing not just for your tummy but for your eyes as well. Yeah, the presentation part is important, and then the fusion of different ingredients, the fusion of different produce. It's very important. You should know the balance between the both.
Okay. Yes. Very intricate
Details. Yeah.
But yes, those are the
cooking food for yourself, cooking food for one or two people, and cooking food for a large number.
Very difficult.
It's a very difficult thing.
Absolutely.
And then that too, like when you choose this as a career, when you have to do this every other day.
Very challenging.
It's challenging. Yeah, I still like whenever someone is tasting my food for the first time, I still have this thing in me like I wait for feedbacks and feedbacks after every pop-ups. I wait for feedbacks, and then when I get good feedbacks, it's nothing can beat that happiness.
Exactly. So about pop-ups, tell us about your pop-ups that you do. I think that's a pretty good point in connecting and networking with people also.
Yes.
That helps a lot. So tell us, you also do festive pop-ups also, right?
Yeah.
And all those things. Tell us about that.
So when we started Mamazaki, I wanted to bring the whole community together, where people can share the joy of eating food together, learning new cuisines, or experiencing cultures and cuisines from different parts of the country. So that's how I started doing multiple pop-ups all around Guwahati and Northeast. So in the past 1 year, I think we've done multiple pop-ups, starting from the rustic forest picnic to doing a lakeside brunch during autumn, to doing a proper 4-course barbecued meal in winter, to during summer months we have done takeaways using the seasonal produce. So it's like we wanted to like.
You have always kept it up with the trend, right?
Yeah.
Season to season.
Season to season, yeah. I mean, like it was mostly like we focused on sustainability. So like the seasonal produce, we focused on like making the hero ingredient of that season, the seasonal produce itself. So I mean, like I told you, like during mango season, we tried to like bring the flavors of mango on our plate. Like during winter season, we take the like bora saur or the winter ingredients or the produce from this season. So it's mostly like we follow sustainability as well, and also like during our pop-ups, we try to connect with each other through food. Because I think Mama Zaki is the first one in Guwahati, I don't know about Northeast, to have done these kind of pop-ups.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
all around.
I think Mama Zaki, people now know Mama Zaki as an outlet, that sort of way that if you go to visit an event or something, then Mama Zaki might be there, the food might be there. That is, not very common thing in Guwahati. I think, but now it's coming up. I think Manu Haru Puri as cloud kitchen but Iman basic.
So like when we did forest picnic, nobody could have imagined like ami mane picnic or jao ki koram picnic or koi picnic or ami bhat aro chicken bhat but like when we gave people the forest picnic experience, it was a really different like approach to a forest picnic. We did sandwiches, like hot dog, we did like grilled chicken, we did carrot cake, we did salads. So it was a wholesome experience and people loved it.
What was your best pop-up according to you?
I mean, like, see, like, I think that's a very difficult part for me to choose because every pop-up has a different way. It's different on its own way.
What was the last pop-up you?
The last pop-up that we did was the autumn brunch at the lakeside, by the lakeside. Yeah.
Wow, it sounds so beautiful. Going with your friends and.
Yeah, it was we did seasonal autumn based products. Like we did the food, like the food that we presented at our autumn brunch. It was mostly like jolfai, dibostu bonaisu, then
seasonal
tengamora jam bonaisu. तो तेने के माने like we always
jamu iman bostu na jano
full tour
okay wow
roselle jam so तेने के माने like we always try to present the local ingredients in our pop-ups or in our menu. Like if you happen to visit Mama Zaki or if you happen to visit our menu, see our menu, you'll find like more than one local ingredient in our menu, and we try to
that
celebrate.
Is your USP, I think, and that you have kept it common in everything you do, right?
Yes, that is there. So we try to celebrate the beautiful northeastern ingredients in Mama Zaki.
Wow.
And it's just not like we just don't do the bamboo shoot that is there or the bhoot jolokia. We try to bring out
but tengamora to kibane jane ba evo bostu aru no.
So we try to bring out the lesser known northeastern ingredients into our menu and create a fusion food out of it.
Okay, what is your favorite ingredient that you like to use mostly?
I think kazi nemu mo birat bhal pawa.
Okay.
So we also have one of our best seller, that is kazi nemu fried chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, and that is also Rao's favorite.
My taste buds are I have to go and try. I don't know about you people, but okay. Kazi nemu to bahut dhorone use korbo pari, right?
Bahut dhorone use korbo pari.
If you know the way.
We can.
Okay, so pop-ups are one thing that have gave you a lot of exposure and
definitely
helped you in a lot of ways, and then you have your page. So that way also, have you engaged your local community also that way? Is that also a way that you have brought together your...
Yeah, so to be honest, right now, I have 15 indirect employees at Mama Zaki who are just the local vendors.
Oh,
it's just the local community,
nice.
and I think 70% of them are women. So like I source my ingredients, I source my products and producers from all those local vendors, বাইরোজ or source koru. So and then even like my chicken or my fish and prawns. So it's like mostly I never go to supermarket for like sourcing this. If I like need it, like there's no other option, there's no other way I can get it from the local vendor, then only I move to supermarket. Otherwise my first priority is always the local vendors.
Local vendors,
Yes.
yeah. And that is
And that way, like I think like we like in a way Mamazaki is also uplifting the local
local
community.
community, right? That is a very, very good thing that you are doing, I must say. Very essential at
It's
this point of
essential.
time.
I mean, like the whole ecosystem is growing, as a whole.
But then মানুহবোৰে সেই লোকেল ভেণ্ডাৰ্ছৰ তাত যোৱাতকৈ আজিকালি একচুৱেলি ছুপাৰ মাৰ্কেট ইজি হৈ যাব, তাতে লৈ লওঁ, সেইবোৰে যেতিয়া প্ৰিফাৰ কৰে. চ' এট দিছ টাইম what you are doing is very good. How did that thought মানে কাম আৰু যে এনেকৈ
I think it was like from childhood, like I've always visited like markets with my father, with my grandfather, and I've seen them like how they like buy these products from like local vendors. গাঁৱৰ পৰা দূৰৰ পাহাৰৰ পৰা লৈ আহিছে, এইটো ভাল হ'ব, ইহঁতে মানে ইমান কষ্ট কৰি আনিছে, এইটো আমি কিনিলে বেছি আমাৰ কাৰণেও ভাল হ'ব, ইহঁতৰ কাৰণেও ভাল হ'ব, rather than buying it from a like bulk তোমাৰ
because
market.
they also obviously chain it from them only, right? That is the way source it comes.
So yeah, I think that's how. And also like I grew up in Assam Mizoram border.
Okay.
So I mean like there is like influence of like blend of culture as well. Like we have shared a like border together. So like this thing also like people keep asking me about like how did you come up with the union of blend of culture and cuisines in Mamazaki. So I think that's also a like very important factor in my life that also shaped up this whole thing. Because we as a person like we are a collection of all the places we have been to, or like all the food that we have tasted. So all these things come together. Like when I was trying to build Mamazaki, this thought was very crucial while shaping Mamazaki. Okay, like whatever we do is going to be a blend of cuisines, a blend of cultures.
That was like a vision you had.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is going on super well, I think, because you have made sure that you include that.
Yes, like we are trying to do that. I'm like grateful that like we are able to keep it up.
Keep it up. Do you see any other market or any other cloud kitchen sort of thing, or any other business that is also trying to do the same thing, or have you any thought of any collaborations or further that
So
way?
the startup community has also like given me opportunities to collab with like different startups who are in the like ecosystem. Like recently like we have collaborated with Encam Adventures for our
And they are also doing pretty good.
Yeah,
as a
pretty good.
travel,
Yeah, amazing. They're doing amazing. So we have collaborated with them for our autumn brunch by the lakeside that happened at their campsite. And then like how we stand out like as a like cloud kitchen, how we stand out in the market. So like for our last mile delivery, we like another fellow startup, like they are doing Baikuzi, so they have electric vehicles for the delivery purpose. So we like for people who are like ordering food from us or like takeaways, so we go to Baikuzi as well and like make sure that the food reaches to them. But it's important for people as well to know where the food is coming from and like whatever like the how sustainable it is, because at this generation, at this age, like I think it's very important for us to take care of the planet as well. It's not just about like making business or like, because of course everyone is going to make business, but a small thing counts. So we make sure that like minimize the use of plastic or like help the local community to sustain by procuring produce from them, and then also like growing with like collaborating with the local startup ecosystem. So yeah, that's how like we are doing our business.
That's a very responsible step that you have taken. Like Mamazaki is going on for how many years now?
It's been more than a year.
More than a year, but it's still a very short duration of time, and the responsibilities that you have already taken up are quite commendable. So there you are also doing a very good job. So you think that is how every cloud kitchen or every other business should think, right? That
I think
ecosystem,
so. I think so. Every cloud kitchen or every kitchen or everyone who is into the food industry should consider this point while doing it, because it's very important for us to be responsible and take care of the planet as well while doing our business.
Yeah, few things you have spoken, I think, will be the highlight of this, that how to respect your ingredients. That is something that you have said that stood out for me. Yeah, about the nature, and then this environment friendly step that you've taken. I think we have spoken a lot, and iman bhal conversation hoye as a party hai hoye as, but then we also have a limited time frame. So yeah, Mamazaki and MasterChef. So now এইখিনি সময়ত মামাজাকি কোনটো মানে সবতছে ভাল seasonal হেয়া চলি আছে recipe বা হেয়া right now মানে এতিয়া
right now it's the onset of winter. So winter মানে people love apple pie. So our apple pie it's kind of a signature. Apple pie is a signature, and then our smoky grilled chicken.
Okay.
This is a crowd pleasing item in Mamazaki menu.
Smoky grilled chicken and
apple pie, because it's the season and the people want barbecued
yes,
food and
warm barbecued.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's one more dish that I'd like to highlight, that we did in last year January. We did a 4-course meal, and every meal was barbecued.
Okay.
So we barbecued banana. So it's called as banoffee split. So we have served the barbecued banana with coconut milk, and then there was caramel sauce, then there were vanilla ice cream, and then you can also pair it up with coconut rasmalai. So the banana was barbecued, and it was sorry.
This is no, it's fine.
Yeah. So the banana was barbecued, and then I think it's the season where people love having barbecued food. So we have a banoffee split, and banoffee split with coconut rasmalai. It's a crowd pleasing dessert, and I still remember this one incident. During last January we did a pop-up, and there was a kid. He was with his family, and then that kid never appreciated banana. He never liked banana.
Yes.
And that night he had that dessert, and then his parents were so happy that हमारा बच्चा पहली बार इतना प्यार से बनाना खाया, प्लीज ये रेसिपी बताइए, because that kid never ate banana, and that night he had that banoffee split.
Wow.
So it was also a mini achievement for me. Okay, I could make a kid eat banana.
Eat banana. That is, I think, hetu kito bahut damor eta compliment.
Because parents or karne mane eto bahut damor. Bacha jodi fruits na khay mane, you know how it affects them.
Exactly. Bacha hok even mane mor nijor bhontiyo eko fruit e khabot mane nibisare, but then I am sure ebur jeneke you use the apple, you use the mango, you use the banana, so that is a very interesting thing. So many fruits or factor to thake aru recipe very important. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so any future plans of Mamazaki right now?
Yeah, so right now as I'm talking to you, my team is also working on setting up a pop-up kitchen at the Cherry Blossom campsite.
Cherry Blossom is coming.
Yeah, so and then after that we have some large scale pop-ups also happening, and then maybe in some time we are planning for a standalone outlet of Mamazaki in Guwahati.
Okay, that's a great news.
I think this is the first time I've shared this with someone on screen.
Okay, very grateful.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing the news. I think people were waiting for that. Actually, I was about to ask you that. Are you not planning to put an outlet? Because
we've been getting so many inquiries, and people are like, where can we visit Mamazaki, and they're like, okay, you have to attend this pop-up, or we keep doing, you have to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and know about our whereabouts. But I think it's the time.
It's time now. I think you can move ahead. So Cherry Blossom is happening. You are putting in a pop-up there, so people can.
Cherry Blossom at a campsite, at NCAM Adventure Campsite. We are putting up a pop-up kitchen there, and then we are planning for some large-scale pop-ups as well in the coming winter months. So please keep following Mamazaki Guwahati on Instagram. It's known as Mamazaki Guwahati. It's also on Facebook. Do follow us. So you will
follow, and you will know
about our events and pop-ups and whatever we have in store for our future events.
Yes. So before we, move ahead to the, final stage of our talk today, main Busarama Hudana, like you said, it came from your mother. Also, you spoke about your grandmother. So, main influence, any kind of role model you have that you look up to, for your cooking journey?
Yeah, I mean, like, there is not just one person. I mean, of course, my mother, my grandmother, all those women I've met in my life who have shared their meal with me, who have cooked amazing food. I got inspiration from them. And if I call about like famous chef, then of course Chef Yota Motolengi. He's a British Israeli chef, so he makes amazing salads. I look up to him for like his like salad inspiration. Then Jamie Oliver, of course, everyone knows him. And then in India we have Chef Vikas Khanna, like the one and only Chef Vikas Khanna. And then like this another favorite of mine, Chef Hussein Shehzad, is the chef of Pedro, then Bombay Canteen and Veronica's. He makes amazing food, and I love enjoying food whenever I'm in Bombay.
Okay.
And
So
like he's kind of an inspiration for me as well.
Yeah. So the cooking culinary enthusiasts can follow these personalities, right? This helps a lot.
Yes, definitely.
If somebody is, looking to start a journey and looking to do research and everything, right? Also, how much would you somebody, any chef or
Chef Fatullah
everybody knows. We also had a talk with him, so it was good. Yeah. So yes. So technically influences and inspirations. Now, any words of advice would you like to give for the aspiring chefs who are watching us? Basically, we cater to the youths of Northeast, so the youths maybe who want to take it professionally but are not sure.
One advice that I like to give to the youth, like who want to embark on this culinary journey. If you believe in your work, if you believe in your craft, then you should keep doing it. And like no matter what, like there will be moments, there will be people who try to pull you down, who try to tell you maybe like it's not what you should do. But if you think that like you can make it happen, and like because you are the hero of your own story, you are the hero of your own life, and if you believe in your craft, then just keep doing. And I personally feel like acknowledgement is very important in this hospitality journey. So
that pat in your back.
So we seldom appreciate people doing these things. Now, we visit a restaurant, like if we don't like the food, like we happen to tell them ki like khana to bhalo aana hai. But if we love the food, we rarely appreciate the chef who is doing, or the people who are doing the food, because it takes a lot of thought and work in putting up a food on a plate.
Absolutely.
It does not be like bonai disu and like agot di disu. There's a lot of work, thought, so much of things involved in it. So I think people should be more acknowledging or appreciating this this kind of work that we are doing, or this hospitality industry, or the people who are into culinary journey are doing.
Yes.
It's important.
Very important. Very wonderful words of wisdom, I would say, that you shared. Respect koratu. Baki to practical, mechanical bostu ko people will keep learning in theory, but that respect and that acknowledgement, that is a very good factor. Lastly, any message, not advice now, any message that you would like to share regarding Mamazaki Haupa Kiba? You said already that everybody about your pop-ups and everything, but anything to the audience or share? Because also, what do you think about this initiative of us?
It's a wonderful initiative, like how you were bringing out the youth of the community, and you are making a community of your own where people can come and share their stories, share their achievements, share their failures as well.
Yes.
It's a great initiative. I'm so glad to be a part of this.
Thank you. It was wonderful having you here today and listening to you. But then again, I hope we collab more in the later future, looking for more, and cannot wait for your pop-ups and your dishes in Mamazaki. So I'm gonna go and try, and everybody else should. And if you liked our episode today, I am sure which you did anyway, so please, we are going to release the video soon in all our channels, social media and YouTube, and our portal also. So we'll be sharing the links. So keep following Advancing Northeast and keep following Mamazaki and Miss Farha, the person behind Mamazaki. So backbone behind Mamazaki. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
So much.